visuals. Welcome back to the Guyz Ramble on podcast with me and Guyz.
Hiya.
Guyz is back after last week. I never went into the details though. I just say, whenever you're off, I just say family shit.
Family shit.
just say family shit. That just covers all grounds then.
Yeah.
They're just all sorted. But Chris is back.
I'm back.
I'm sweaty. He's all right. Why are you sweating?
I am an Albert in this kitchen.
You got a glaze.
I am an Albert in this kitchen.
Not
It's
as much
not
as
a
me.
kitchen, like.
It's like I said. It's these horrible houses. It's perfect for winter. I'm bang on because I don't know if it's to do with war shit or what. I don't know. Old traditional British houses. What a way to start. British history. They're designed to keep heat in. That's why more modern ones can do both. But old fuckers like this, fuck knows when this was still standing. Designed to keep heat in. So when it gets to summer, you're extra fucked because back then the summers were never as bad. So like, don't matter anything about summer. You pointed at me.
I had a fly on me.
Thought you just went. What you have to. It's like fucking one of the new lads at work. Every time you look at him, right, he sounds as fuck. Isn't he? He goes, you know what you do? I'll just be like, and they'll go, and they'll say, well, you're nodding that. And I say, no. And then I asked him a question yesterday, and he said no to it whilst nodding. He went, no. I was thinking, and it pure sent my. I'm sitting in my head going, am I fake? Am I dumb? Is that? Have I been nodding wrong this whole time? I said, yes or no? And he was like, that's a no. And I said, why the fuck did you nod? He went, I don't know. I'm thinking, I need to go. I need to get out of here. I don't understand because my IQ when I come to a room's minuscule anyway. So when we're all together, this is a recipe for, we would probably somehow started the Israeli-Iran war without realising all of us idiots in a fucking room. It's probably us. He's a lovely lad though. He looks like Shakespeare. He has a moustache and a little bit there. He looks like Shakespeare. It's mental. It's so bizarre, but he's a lovely lad. He's just one of them.
Well, it sounds like all of them where you work are one of them.
It's the, do you know what it is? It's the, I hate sounding like the boring, horrible old cunt. It's the younger generation. I definitely think COVID had something to do with it. There's something in kids these days that don't respect hierarchy.
No.
That kind of feel like they have a right to do and say what they want.
Yeah.
You do in your normal life, but if you go into a situation, a company or a business or whatever, you keep your mouth shut till you're spoken to and you follow the hierarchy until you've built your way in and you can kind of shit. Yes. They have this attitude of, oh, we shouldn't really have to do this. And do you know what the worst thing is, right? Some of the stuff we do at my work, we shouldn't have to do. Too much heavy lifting, too much of this. But because it's, oh, lads, nitty gritty, we've been doing it for years, lift, play, crack on. It does my head in because I know they're right. Technically, you should be health and safety first. Don't kill yourself. But I'm like, listen, me and the people that come before me, people just grit the teeth and go, shut the fuck up and get on with it. And they've come with the attitude of, no. I'm like, I'm not doing this. Say, fuck this. I'm technically in the wrong though.
Yeah, we've got a driver who's exactly the same. I think I said a couple of weeks ago actually. He refused to come in at a certain time because he wanted his 11 hours off.
And he technically is right.
He is right.
But you kind of want to say, I've had 4-hour gaps, 5-hour gaps, 6-hour gaps between shifts.
I've got a 14-hour fucking 14-day shift at Network 4.
It's
Just gotta get on with it sometimes.
Yeah, you just gotta grit your teeth and crack on. But and again, I don't want to, because you don't want to kill yourself for companies and that aren't looking after you.
Nah.
But you kind of feel like it's like a team thing. You feel like we're all just gritting together, we'll win together and lose together. We'll all be in pain together and relax together.
Yes.
It's kind of how it feels. So again, I know we're in the wrong, but I just think, like imagine if you were warfare, them boys at the start, you can't imagine one of them being like, it's 4 hours till my shift starts actually, or some shit. Like, we're in the nitty gritty together, and I know I'm not comparing war to work, just use it as a metaphor. You'd just be like, well, fuck you then, that's a weak link. See you later.
Yes, but you can't.
Weird. Do you want to, I've had some weird scenarios go in my head. Speaking of younger generation, I am not an angry man. I ranted about this a few weeks ago on Dan's Talking Crap, right, about I don't understand, prime example in there, younger people now, and it's always younger, and no, to be fair, sometimes it's old people, never in the middle. It's either really old or quite young. Seeing weather like this, oh, sun's out, let's put my fucking body warmer and a jacket on, and it's really starting to piss me off. Like, I don't mean to the point of like, that's weird. Like, I was having my intrusive thoughts going to work on Thursday, biking in, I saw it, and I, in my head, jumped off my bike, did a roll and launched my bike at him, and it proper flattened him, and I just started laying into him. In my head, this didn't really happen, and obviously I couldn't do a fucking ninja roll off my bike anyway. I would just fall, fucking shit myself. That's twice. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? That's his version of washing his hands, by the way. Don't grab that because my switch is getting protected by it. Use my hat. It's too hot for that. Now you've just made this weird and silent. What is happening? Why did you come in, not wash your hands, just rinse the fingertips? And now he's going to the freezer. Ice pop. And then he'll try and cut it for half an hour with scissors.
Just snap it.
No. This is great. I know there's no visual here, but hopefully you can... Oh.
They're not even... What? They're like cutting paper.
So... He had to finish it with his teeth.
Shut the fuck.
Well done. Anyway, I had intrusive thoughts about that because it was really irking me the amount of people, younger lads, that I've seen wearing puffer jackets and shit in this heat.
Yes.
I don't know, it shouldn't piss me off because it's not my body heat that's been affected, but I saw it and I just thought either you're really dumb, and a little part of me thought, are you doing it because it's fashion? Maybe it's not fashion to just wear a t-shirt, maybe because you've got an expensive £200 puffer jacket on, regardless of the fucking weather, you have to wear it. I don't know, it was really pissing me off, and I had to get on my bike, spark up a fag, and I was puking like that. And I can't believe how weirdly angry he got me.
Certain somebody I know is exactly the same.
Oh.
Her clothes are fucking stupid sometimes, and then she'll put this big fucking white fluffy fucking fleece on.
And this?
Yes.
It's fucking dumb. It's so dumb. It is
All right,
so weird.
What are you doing? Are you not hot? No. So why the fuck are you wearing a big fluffy fucking jacket and then you're wearing that?
Yeah. And so
I like it.
That stresses me out. I feel like if for whatever reason I had to speak to one of them, I think I'd just look at them and it would take everything in me to just not fucking re-knee them in the face. I wouldn't even. I'd have to jump up and do a flying knee. It's so bizarre. It's fucking. It's like, do you know as well the people that I don't know where they've come from. They're certainly not white boys like me. The guys, the Deliveroo guys, right? They look like they come from all parts of the corner. It looks like there's some of our Mexicano friends, and you know there might be some African boysies and stuff. Every single one of them have been given a bike with gloves attached to the fucking handlebars, and they all wear the puffer jackets with the hood up.
Yeah.
And I'm sat there, right, pissing in sweat, biking, and they're with gloves on and that. I'm thinking, I don't understand. I understand they probably come from hotter countries, and there might be different heat they used to.
Their bikes are more electric as well, not.
Why do they need the gloves still? Every single one, and it's not gloves that they put on; they're attached to the handle. I don't understand, and I look at them and I'm thinking, fuck you. That's all I think in my head. Not for them as a person, but fuck you, because fuck you, it's hot. Why? I don't understand. It just fucking baffles me, and I'm just thinking, here, son, fuck off. It's not go away. It's not leave me alone. It's just pure fuck off. I don't understand it. It makes me sick and it makes me freak out.
I think we've said in the past, and I'll say it again, we are the last of our generation who knew what to do. We've lived without technology and we've lived with technology. And I think kids nowadays, they haven't got a fucking Scooby-Doo.
No.
The mindset is not there anymore. And so like they said, COVID has definitely took a big toll on that.
I think it has.
It's keeping them cooped up indoors for so long.
Some of them got like a year.
It's over about a year, some of them. Aye.
In some degree, it's the social stuff, right? It's the social cues they don't pick up on. They will be extremely intelligent. Like, gaming's huge now. You can get professional gaming. I've seen him do some gaming with this kind of shit. I'm thinking, okay, that's quite dope doing this noise. Okay, there is a talent there. I get it.
Yeah.
But the social, real world experience where if you can't somehow make it as a Fortnite player and you need to go work at fucking Argos or some shit, it's not going to work because you're going to be like, I only speak to people on a headset, sorry. You're like, well, it's not going to work.
Yeah, again, some people I know, yeah, she's exactly the same.
In their defence, though, it's just a byproduct of the world they're currently growing up in. In their defence, that's the world that's, you know, their world is technology, is gaming online, is mobile phones, is on screens. They're just doing what they think that, well, you said it before, the new norm. That's I guess, the new norm for this generation. And not as much as we disagree with it.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
I've said to her, well, when she would turn 14, which is in a couple of weeks, I said, I'm going to try and find you a job.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, why? I said, because A, it'll fucking help you out.
Definitely help you out.
And it'll bring you out your shell more, especially because she wants to be a doctor.
Oh, that's going to be some study and hard work.
That's what I mean. And
grinding.
she is good in school, don't get me wrong. But when you have a conversation with her, half the lingo she comes out with, I'm like, what?
Yeah, a lot of lingo goes.
Like, what?
There's the Riz. Do you reckon he could be the Rizzler? I don't know what that is. There's main character. That one. I'm the main character. There's goats content aura. That's full of aura. I like the aura one because I kind of get that. But I keep walking around the young lads at work going.
She says slay a lot.
Slay. Is that not like a white girl, like a slay?
I think so.
Is it? Ty! What does slay mean? What means it means you're gay? It means you're gay!
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. It either means you're gay or period. Them two are completely unrelated. How can slay mean either gay or period? So
I don't think...
Huh? Oh, not like a girl's period. Like, did you hear him say it? Did you? Like, period. Wait, so it means... Wait.
Put that into content for us then. Go in here.
Yeah, just quickly, 30 seconds. Just
here.
give us a quick education. You've made me really sweat with this.
I'm sweating now.
I thought when he said gay, period, he meant, women's stuff. Ty! Come here! Please! Can you please put slay into context? Use it in a sentence. Do you mean gays and homosexual?
It doesn't mean gay.
It definitely doesn't mean
It doesn't mean gay.
I thought slay was like if you did something epic. Like if you scored a mint god, like slay.
The way when I've had a conversation and her pronouncing is slay.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that means nice, good, whatever.
Something you've done awesome, good. Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's how I think it is.
And another one is what's the? I could be him. I could be him, Ty. That guy. Yeah, I could be him. I think that means like if me and you are playing a game, a fighting game, and I keep beating you or some shit, and I'm mint, and I'm like, I could be him because I'm really good. Is that right? Yeah, I could be him. I am him. Yeah, I suppose if Cristiano Ronaldo's playing football, he takes on loads of people, but at the end of the pitch scores, he can sit there and go, I am him, meaning like I am the best. I think.
I don't know. I'm getting educated off an 11 and 14-year-old here, so I have no idea.
What's the Rizzler? That's what it means. The Rizzler means fuck off. I thought Riz was like if Chris had good fashion, he's got Riz. So he would be the Rizzler. So what the fuck's fuck off got to do with it?
I think it's just talking shit.
Yeah, maybe he's making up. I do quickly point out as well, I found new cool, really nicknames for people called Dan or Daniel. And there's two that I've settled on. There's Dan Syndrome. So you can say, hey, Dan Syndrome, or Danaconda. So if anybody wants to use them, I will happily answer to Danaconda or Dan Syndrome.
Yeah, I don't have one for me. I just get called Sheldon.
Fucking, there was a girl that used to run a bar in town, used to always call me Sheldon because I had the Flash t-shirt and whatnot. And because people, if I ever spoke to people uptown or whatever, they'd be like, explain yourself. I'd say, imagine the boys from Big Bang minus the brains. That's what I would say. Because I'm collected and nerds and a bit of autism. And then say, oh, call you Sheldon from now on. And I was thinking, well, Leonard's my favourite, but I take that. So I used to get called that.
Yeah, my sisters call me
Sheldon.
Sheldon. Who I am and shit.
Just Sheldon, the autism and shit.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we've all probably got a sprinkle of autism in somewhere.
We all do.
100%.
It's obviously. How can I put this? We are all born with a disability.
Mine was facial.
But everyone shows it in a different way. So some are more you can tell more in others than you can in others, even though it might be the same disability. So yeah, we're not all born geniuses. Everyone's got something wrong with them.
I'm a genius at like Mario Kart. I was high up the rankings just because you've said that. On the leaderboard, I was quite high up out of millions. I was like, not mega high. I've still got a lot of work to do. But I agree with you there. What you just said. On the spectrum somewhere.
Yeah.
On the fucking spectrum.
We're all, like I said, especially nowadays, we're all weird.
100%.
There's nobody's normal nowadays.
Oh, they fuck.
Yeah, so I've always said this, even to the girls, I said, we're all weird.
Yeah.
Nobody's normal. Everyone has their unique character. Everyone's a unique character, should I say.
Yeah.
It says, just be yourself. If no one likes that,
That's
their problem, not yours.
Yeah.
Don't change who you are because of them.
No, thank you. Because I always go back to, imagine on your deathbed, if you didn't live a certain way or do a certain thing because you're worried about what other people thought, and then people now don't even remember that situation. You're the only one thinking about it, kind of shit.
It's the youngest. She's all always happy, Larry. She is.
Yeah.
She has just been diagnosed with difficulties and shit like that.
Like learning difficulties. Stuff.
Yeah. So even though she's 11, she's got a mindset of like a bigger 5-6-year-old.
I think I have that, whatever that is.
But she's so happy and Larry, and she's fucking always on the go.
She'll be really good at something though, I bet. A bit of like a drawing or
she is. She's
good. There'll be something. I bet
she's
you
good at that. She's good at that. She was trying to give me fucking a makeup tour the week. And I was like,
oh, right, there you go. So she can sit and do yeah, because that's a level of art, I guess, isn't it? Of like makeup and all this kind of stuff.
But like I said, she's always on the go. She's just constant amount of energy, and I'm like, will you calm down?
Yeah, relax a bit.
Sit down.
Relax, chill.
But she's always on the go. And where the other one, she's more quieter. Don't get me wrong, when she's arguing.
She's going hammer and tongue.
Yeah, she's definitely more the quieter one when it comes to if something had to happen outside of school, and she would more like back away, where the younger one, she'd be in the face.
Really?
Yeah.
Sat there just piping up and hey, fair enough. Fair enough. That means she's willing to stick up for herself and others and stuff. That's
that's it.
Cool.
That's what we're trying to get the older one to do. Obviously not encouraging it. But
only when circumstance calls for it.
Yeah, but obviously certain circumstances that fucking has arose, and I'm like, right, so get in contact with the school, it's fucking back with the crackers, blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a complicated scale to balance, isn't it? When to just walk away, when to pipe up and shit like that. Because you are right.
Yeah.
You should 9 times out of 10 you should walk away. But sometimes if somebody just needs a fucking hiding, they need a hiding.
Well, that's it. I've always said that. If they need a hiding, just give them a hiding. I said, don't start the fight.
No, yeah.
But fucking make sure if there is going to be a fight, finish it.
Do you remember a video went viral not long ago? I said not long ago, a little while ago. There was some kids in Asda, not a local one. I don't know where this was, and they were being pure cunts to the staff.
Oh, and the father took the boy back.
Yeah, and he absolutely, not physically, but verbally broke him down and embarrassed him. And I thought, do you know what, fair play. But if he turned around and said to me, somebody says that dad, give him a backhander, I wouldn't see that as abuse. I'd say that kid was being a little cunt. He needed a stop.
I think kids do need a slap nowadays. And coming from a parent, I can say that kids do need a slap nowadays because they've got no respect now.
Do you know what it is? Here's me going about fucking parenting and shit. This is the autism coming out, mate. I think it's not, I don't want to say fear, but like a level of fear is gone. Because they can do what they want and there's no real repercussions. There's no, well, if you do this, I'll say this, if you do this. Problem. Yeah, there's no like fear built in. Whereas like growing up, obviously I had my fucking shit going and whatnot. But I think that kind of, when I went into workplace, I thought, don't be a cunt, don't get out of hand because the repercussions, even though they weren't there, but because the way I was brought up and shit, I thought maybe, okay, so the older lads respect them, don't thingy, whatever. And I think that's why it's...
Yeah, like I say, when I was younger, if I was shouting and swearing at my mum or dad, especially my mum, my father would give me such a fucking clout.
Yeah.
He would. He'd throw a brush at me or fucking
something.
He'd throw something
You'd
at me.
know about it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I agree to that now. So if I walked at the age of 32 and me and my mum joke around constantly, you're a cunt, you're a twat, it's all done out of love and shit. But if I come in and was actually a prick to my mum and she hit me, I would be like, I'm your son. I'm doing as I'm told. That's thingy. So I agree with that. I have got two things to bring up which aren't related to that.
Okay.
Just thinking, do you know, this one's just silly and short. Do you know, sorry, have you got more talking about
No.
thingy? This is, yeah, I'm autistic as shit. I've got fucking loads of shit going on. I realised I was mega, not age-wise old, physically old. Is you remember when you were a kid, or maybe not even a kid, maybe you could do it now actually, you're a little bit more fit than me, when you could move around a bit more and jump and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like there's bits at work where I've got to do climbing and that and whatnot. And about 10 years ago, I would have just jumped. But now to get off anything, even if it's that high, I have to go like that.
I'm not that bad,
Do you know what I
but
mean?
I'm not as bad as... I'm worse now than I was when I was younger, especially when it comes to my knees.
Yeah.
Jumping up and down on the wagon.
Whenever I get one of the younger lads to, like, if we need to get some wire from the top, I get them because they're like, and then if I do it, and then I come down like, and like the jump will be that, and I'll go, and I did it the other day. I was thinking, I'm really fucking like, 'cause my bones hurt. I'm old as shit.
Yeah.
I could, like, even now, like, Laura always takes a piss. Like, if I get off the couch and relax too long, I go, oh. And I go and get my fag, and I go downstairs, have a fag, and she goes, fuck me, that was unsexy.
I'm like that in the morning, especially when I've been in sleep.
Awful, yeah.
In the morning, my knee and my hips, I'm like,
Yeah. Have you seen that Undertaker meme? You know when I think it's when he
I'm
fought,
fine.
was it when he fought Brock Lesnar and and he couldn't get up and he kept going, oh. And then somebody's meme saying how it feels being 30 plus, getting up for work, and he's going, oh. I'll have to show you it, because you're like, oh my god, that's exactly how it fucking feels.
Yeah, but like I said, I know the feeling.
Yeah, you just like...
Give me about 5 minutes to walk myself around and get fucking...
You have to warm up.
A day.
It's you can't just like, go!
A day, I've got to warm myself up.
It's so bad, isn't it? It's so bad.
But I think it's just the thing, I think it's just getting old.
And I agree, definitely getting old, but as well, I've constantly worked in physical jobs.
Looking
and
after yourself
That's
doesn't
my
help.
third point.
Looking after yourself doesn't help.
That's definitely, if there was a pie chart, there's a certain percentage of age, there's a certain percentage of constantly working in physical jobs which unhelped, and a percentage of just being fat.
Like I said, I'm 37 and I feel, apart from that, which I am coming off that because I want fucking her to come off that and whatever else.
Do it together.
Yes. Apart from that, I think I am pretty healthy, to be fair. I'm losing weight, I'm fit. It's just my knees.
My fucking
I'm hit in the morning.
Yeah. Spiritually,
Sciatica.
Sciatica. I hate sciatica so much.
I know. It's the winter that gets me.
My mum's the same. She always used to say silly stuff like, "Oh, it's going to rain soon." Like, how the fuck did you know? But obviously, the air pressure changes, and she could feel it in the knee. And her coccyx, when she broke her coccyx, and then she go, "Yeah, lo and behold, it would start raining."
Yeah.
You look like the creature that we're going to see in the film now. I could be him. What was I going to say? Yeah, stupid stuff like when I fucked my knee up at football, instead of going to get it sorted, I went and watched Men Chelsea season finale, and I had to get my mate to just sort of hit it in. Shit like that didn't help, obviously.
Yeah, I remember that when I fucked up my ankle. I jumped over a barrier to rescue some custard creams from fountaining.
Oh.
So I had to sort them out, and as I landed, I fucking landed on such a bad
Oh,
ankle.
you twisted it.
I couldn't drive. I was seeing someone. So I was going to her house, and I couldn't fucking use an accelerator.
Oh.
And as soon as I took my boot off, my ankle just it just fucking blew up. And it's never been right since.
We've got a grid at work where it's partly our own fault. We put the digger there, and when you jump out the digger, you always go, and I fucking hate twisting your ankle. It feels like one of the most disgusting pains ever. You get that like sort of feeling like, oh, and you sort of, and it's so easy. Mine never went that bad, but fuck me, it's disgusting.
Never broke a bone though.
I don't.
I've never broke a bone, but weirdly I can dislocate my thumbs.
Is that what that is? Mm-hmm. I tell you, I'm getting carpal tunnel in both thumbs. I'm getting that. Which
that
is
one's
horrible.
been sore recently.
Is it? Does it hurt from there to there?
No, it's round there.
Oh.
It's like I've been fucking bent all night. So I'm like, ah.
I don't know what that is. I don't know. I know because there's a few lads that come to work that have had it, because apparently it's a very construction-y sort of injury as well. It's your nerves from somewhere in your front that go up to here, and like you'll do a meaningless sort of thing, like you'll sit and hold a hammer, and that'll just start to probably hurt you. Like,
see, I'm like that when I write. I can't write for too long. I get finger cramp.
yeah, you can shit like that. But apparently it's an easy fix. They just get an operation where they realign something there. But I'm getting it in both. It's like there'll be times where I'm sat with Laura holding her hand, and I'll be like, I can't, because it's like, I'll get carpal tunnel, which is just minging as fuck, because I don't know how long the operation takes to heal from, but obviously if it's both,
Couple
you
of
know,
weeks. It's just, I think we're just getting old. We're just slowly breaking down.
Yeah.
Just obviously, you more than me, and you're younger.
Not physically, I'm not, mate, I don't think. Actually, no, I've got 2 more things on top of that to bring up, actually. But yeah, you get my point, though. You jump off something little.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
we'll do... both of these might be long talking points, actually. What time is it?
I don't know, it's only 1:15.
1:15?
Yeah.
Is it? So we've got about half an hour.
Yeah.
Right. Did I say 2 o'clock? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. I can't wait to watch. Little Laura even said, you cinema said, yeah, I'll be coming over Aaron Taylor Johnson. She was like, oh, sounds lovely. Because she knows, like, he's fit as fuck. So, all right, what should I do first? Right, I had a little tangent, right? So, you look back on life. So, say if you managed to get, like, a mirror that looked to the future, but you went to the past, right, and give it to your ancestors from 900 years ago.
Wait, so I'm giving the future me to the past me.
Right, so future you has a mirror. Oh, no, I'll tell you what, ignore you, right? So somebody has a mirror to give your ancestors from 800 years ago that allows them to look through to where you are now.
Me?
Yeah.
Right.
So your ancestors from 800 years ago can see you right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think your ancestors would look at you and go, what a fucking disappointment? I'll give context as to
yes
why.
and no.
Mine's yes, but you carry on.
Yes and no. How much we have evolved
Yeah.
compared to how far back we're going.
Yeah.
But also, yes, on the disappointment, because what they did back then to what we're doing now, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was my argument as to why they would say yes to me, because, right, not only have my ancestors gone through, like, Viking raids, or, you know, I'm just assuming this is the part of the world where they come from, and Anglo-Saxon battles and all this kind of shit, and there might be a moment where they did everything they could to save their kid, which was my granddad, and then they did everything, and then they got through, like, the First World War, and they did all this shit just to get to me to sit there and go, I don't want kids. And they'll be like, what the fuck did all this generation, us, because obviously all that sacrifice was meant to lead to carry on this line.
Weirdly, you got blue eyes? Weirdly,
we're all
me
related,
and you
yeah.
are related
You
from
can
our ancestors.
You can trace it back.
Because
Like,
blue eyes was such a rare thing back in the day. It was always either brown or green.
Yeah, that's mad,
And
isn't
then
it? I
someone
heard that.
wanted to do whatever. And there's like 10,000 blue-eyed babies all of a sudden born.
Yeah, I saw that you can link your old blue-eyed people can link back
So
to
we are technically related.
one
past
ancestor.
tense.
Oh, inbreeding. Lovely.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, you could make a lovely baby. But yeah, I just like the fact that this, just say I had an ancestor that was a badass Viking warrior to be like, yes, men, fight. Just to look at me, in a few hours' time after cinema, I'm going to be laying on my bed, fat rolling out, watching Rick and Morty, like, with a fan. And they're going to be like, why the fuck did I sacrifice everything for my line to be here? I just feel like they'd be like so disappointed in me. And then if they could speak and go, are you going to carry on and make this like all my sacrifice of war and that to go? And I'm going to be like, no. I think they would be raging.
Oh, I think there would be. But I think also how far we have come along with technology-wise. I think they're like...
And they might be proud of other people that have done that technology. I ain't done anything to that. I've used it.
Yeah.
They went, did you make that phone or use it? I just use it. Oh. What do you do on it? Pokemon Go. You know, like, obviously, if they didn't have that mirror, they wouldn't care because they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
They think their line's going healthy and strong. But really, like, if say, if heaven's a real place, I somehow get there and they see me like, did you conquer many places? Did you do lots of battles? Nah, Pokedex is full. Pokedex is full. I built loads of Lego. I was like, oh, how many enemies did you slay? Not a single one. Oh, okay. What did you do? Just chilled with my girlfriend. Spoke about politics. Just shit like that. I just think that would be quite funny for them to look back and be like, okay, what the fuck was the point? I don't know. I just thought it would be. I can imagine if.
He's fine.
Oh, cause mate, this is unbearably hot. This is disgusting. I need it to be like 1 degrees. It needs to be like 1 fucking degrees.
Too cold.
Going off the heat though, this is my second question. Have you got any more thoughts on that though? Because I know it's a silly, dumb thing to chuck out.
It is a dumb thing to chuck out, but no, it does make sense that for what our ancestors have done to get us here, and we're kind of like, we're relying on technology that's slowly killing us.
Yeah, it is weird, isn't it? And a tangent off that. Here's one to wrap your head around. This blows my mind. Oh, here's a small little thing.
Oh.
Humans can only detect if water's hot or cold, not if it's actually water though.
Explain.
Like if you were to like close your eyes and put your hand in water, your body couldn't physically tell you if it's water, just the temperature of it. So you only know that it's there because of the temperature. If water had no temperature, you'd put your hand in it and you couldn't feel anything, and that's weird because we are 70% water.
Move on.
That's mental. That's fucking mental.
Move on.
Yeah, it's only because it has a temperature we know that that's water. If it didn't have a temperature of any kind, I'm sweating so
I
hard.
don't know.
Yeah, sorry, quick side tangent off the ancestor thing. It's mental to think how many people throughout history had to meet to make you. So think of like, so say that your grandma and your granddad had to be at the right place at the right time and survive whatever they survived to then have your grandma, and then they had to meet somebody else surviving here to meet your granddad. And how many of these people had to make sure they met to make sure eventually that you come along? I think that's mental.
That is mental when you think about it, because all you needed was one little slip up.
Yeah.
Or
wrong place, wrong time,
or whatever, or he said something or she said something that they're inappropriate with, and that was it.
Yeah, because like, think of, obviously the further back you go, the harsher it is. The closer you get to modern times, it's less harsh. It depends where you are in the world. But like, everything they had to, so maybe your grandma had to survive a particular war, or she was at a village over that didn't get raided by somebody, or some shit like that, and then, or maybe because that village raided, they did meet your grandma, forced to have a kid, so if they never got raided, I just think that's a fucking weird fun, because imagine the stories they could have told, like, oh, how did you meet mum and dad? Oh, we met at the school disco or whatever. How did you meet granddad? Oh, your granddad come through with battle axe, take me as wife and then have baby. You're like, oh my God.
Going not far back, my granddad, my mum's dad, he's from Scotland.
Oh.
And my mum's nana,
Right.
My mum's mum,
I don't know where our connection is.
she is from Yorkshire. From
Oh,
Belfast.
Yorkshire.
So how them two connected, I have no idea.
That's a story in itself, isn't it?
Really, because like one's up there, one's down there. Even if it's the same country, it's like fucking miles apart.
Well, it's like my mummy and daddy was, my mummy was Oxfordshire, my daddy was Stranraer. And they did the same sort of...
And obviously my mum moved to Carlisle, where my dad is from.
Right, yeah.
When she was younger.
And if a certain factor at play changed differently, just think of an outcome in your life that could be completely changed from one significant thing. What's it called? The butterfly effect.
Yes.
So, I don't know, me and you met because of work at Network 4, but because of just one person, wasn't it?
True.
So if that one person didn't work there, chances are we wouldn't have met and you wouldn't have got a job there and we wouldn't be having this conversation now.
I only came in to help when... I can't remember his name.
Beale.
No, he used to, Trevor used to also plumber. He was always doing his plumbing work.
I know exactly who you mean. I can't remember the name though.
Yeah, I only came in because he was always away on plumbing, so I used to come in and help Trevor.
So if he was never away that one day,
And then George offered me a job.
yeah, and so there's little factors that could have that me and you can't control. If they never happened, we wouldn't be here. I just love, obviously now, and in hindsight, it doesn't matter because this is where we are. Yeah. There's no point thinking of what if. I just think it's quite funny to say, Trevor never worked there, you won't work there. Just like a small variable you can take in and out.
Yeah.
Just to like imagine how different, and maybe you're still doing this, but in a kitchen with, I don't fucking know, some random guy called Peter.
And weirdly, it's the same situation on my daughter's mother. My line was off for a week doing whatever, so I got put on a different line.
Right.
And that's how I got to meet my daughter's
mother.
So
if that line wasn't off, you wouldn't have met her, wouldn't have had Baba. That's weird, isn't it? One small little thing that could have just changed.
I know.
But then again, you can look at it on the counter side and say, well, that, whatever, Earth, God, Mother Nature, whatever it is, made sure that line did go off so you could be there, so you could do this. Because I kind of like looking at life, because I like thinking of life as like, as much as I've just spoken about that, it's fun to think about. I believe everything does happen. The plan is, so if you go, oh, this wasn't supposed to happen today, in your life maybe not, but the grand scheme of the the sacred timeline in Loki, it was supposed to always break because it was supposed to happen.
Yeah, everyone has a timeline. You just don't know your own timeline. It just happens.
Yeah, and you might think, oh, I have to go down this road today because that road's closed. I always go that way. But
Yeah.
that was supposed to be closed, so you could go that way to.
That's what I mean.
Whatever.
It's when your time's up. Your time is up, sadly, and that's the case with my mum and my nana. And there's nothing you can really do about that.
Yeah, it's fucking.
just, when your timeline ends, it ends.
And it's that's it's horrible to think about and shit like that. I'll end it on a fun one then.
Well, tell you what though, so since we are on that kind of esque timeline, I see now things are in the process. It's on the plus. I think it's on the plus. Yeah, it's on the plus. Where now, if you're terminally ill, you're allowed to die.
I think you mentioned that last week actually, or the week before. I think you brought that up because we discuss it. So it was like in Switzerland or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, they've now announced it over here that you can do it over here now.
I'll tell you what, a big one for women, which me and you were ignorant as fuck to because we're men, we can't help it. They've just greenlit it's legal fully to have abortions in the UK.
28 weeks or whatever.
Because in my head, it was in this country and it was always legal. You could say I want an abortion, but I didn't realise you had to go through all these two different. Laura's explained it to us because it's disgusting in America and that.
It is harsh in America, especially when it's an incident that involves molester, rape, and shit like that.
And it's like,
you're not allowed to get rid of it because you're killing the baby.
And even if you're the mother are going to die from the pregnancy or the birth, you still can't. And it's like, well, that's Laura hates when I use this word, but I can't help it. To me, that's what retardism is.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a woman that comes to me and says, I'm going to have this baby, I didn't plan it, I was raped, but not only that, the baby's going to kill me when I give birth or whatever, for some sort of weird complication, and the doctor says we can save one of yours, I feel like the woman has every right to say, well, sorry, to me it survives.
Yeah.
So it's quite good that, obviously I don't know the full depths, I don't know if there's any loopholes or whatever, but it's quite nice that for whatever reason, and I don't know what percentage you give to the men, but let's just say it's 99.9% the woman's choice and a consenting husband, I'd say, a husband and wife, say the husband wanted the kid and the woman didn't. I feel like it should be more the women because they're carrying it all, but I feel like the man should have a say because it's kids.
They both should have a say. But they both should have a say because they're both parents.
Yeah.
They're both going to be parents. When it comes to a woman's body though, the woman knows if it's the right time or not.
It's like if I'm a professional house builder and you and me both want to build a house, but I'm the only one that can build a house, and then what happens to the house, I should get more of a say because like I'm putting in all the work. All the man had to do was go bop, 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 and the woman's putting. So that's why I definitely do think they should have a much higher percentage than the man and what should happen.
Yeah.
But I do feel like the man should have a small amount. Again, unless it's a rapist or whatever, he should have none. If it's like a married couple or a couple, there should be a conversation that's had. But anyway, it's nice to know that girls, if they want to get rid, they can safely. Because again, I do feel bad because there's so much shit I've been oblivious to regarding women and stuff like that, and be like, it's fine, blah blah blah. To actually, hear some of this go, fucking hell, I didn't realise it was that. Like, how do you know if somebody hooks up on a one night stand? The lad goes back and he's like, I shot this bird last night. Bird's now pregnant. She's got all this. Okay, you might not be able to get rid. You might life will have to change forever. Your body's going to change forever. And it's like, oh fuck. Yeah, but you're stepping up.
Yeah.
You're not just you're stepping up. That's a massive difference. You're on the good side. You're not on the fuck that side. So yeah, it's weird. But anyway, sorry, weird, depressing politics. That's just a good, nice one for women and for terminally ill people. I'm happy that if that's what they want and it's what the family are happy for and shit, and everybody's go for it. Biking at work, most this week. I was biking up in this fucking blistering, disgusting, horrible heat, and I just daydream and think about what I could be doing instead of doing this. And I started to think to myself, okay, what wouldn't I actually do for enough money to never do this again? And I think I've come, unless it's like really horrible genocide shit, there's not a lot I wouldn't do. If somebody says to me right now, they give me an option, you never have to do this bike ride again in this heat or work again, you're set for life, what would you do? And just be all seriousness, take all pride and shit like this, take all man stuff out, take what is actually the most disgusting, degrading thing you would do to be financially, you could say it's, I don't know, whatever might be. Just say 10 million is enough for the rest of your life. Just imagine cars only cost $1,000. Your ideal. I'm just saying a thing, a hypothetical. Don't worry about the actual numbers. You've got money to take for the rest of the life to buy whatever you want, whenever you want. What is actually something you like? What would make you say
What
no
would
to that?
make me say, right, how far would I go for say yes for 10 million? Don't you ask me?
Yeah, but this 10 million covers anything, right? It's you know, it's infinite.
Fuck knows. I have not got a clue.
If the guy come down there, got his willy out, got his pee-pee out, there's like a big massive octopus. In fact, I know me and you were about to see a massive willy in this film because I heard rumours and I had to fucking see images. It's a beautiful cock. Well, it's disgusting, but it's...
You got to see a massive willy?
Yes. It's not just what the film's about. So you might need to get out of this bit because we might be getting a bit...
Get away from this bit.
What's where is the bar too high or low for you? So yeah, you go down the side. He says, "Are you getting on that?"
Obviously, certain things like genocide and fucking mass murder and fucking whatever, that's a no-go.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a no-go. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's not something I've actually thought about.
So, like I said, the guy go down the alley, presents his willy, says, "Get on that for half an hour." Yes or no?
How much?
Infinite. You set for the rest of your life. So whatever that number is, whatever number is for you to be set for your life to buy any purchase, if you to buy 1 million mansions, 1 million cars, whatever that number is, just for you to not do shit you don't want to do for the rest of your life.
For infinity money, then for that for half an hour, I'd do it.
100%, mate. Before he even finishes, before he even gives me time. If I'm halfway through and he goes, "You need to do this for a week straight," then you get 1 billion. I'm like, not a problem, mate. As long as I get drinks, breaks, crack on. There's not. I was literally thinking in my head. I was trying again, unless it means like an innocent family dies or a country gets blown up. Obviously, I couldn't. As much as I'd be like, "Oh, but it's rich as fuck," I couldn't live with that guilt. What if then? So I tried to make it so I could say no to something. What if there was the guy says all you got to do is press this red button and 100 people on the world die random. It could be 100 paedophiles. It could be 100 innocent kids that got their life ahead of them. You'll never know. You'll never find out ever who you killed. You just know, boom, 100 people have died. It could be 50 good people, 50 bad people.
Yeah.
Would you take that gamble?
Yeah.
See, I feel like I said, in my head I was saying yes as well. I would, obviously you never find the answer
I
out.
wouldn't, as long as I don't know who they are, where they're from, what the crack is. It just says these are 100 anonymous people.
Yeah.
You don't need to know who, what, where, why, when.
Yeah.
Just press the button, you get unlimited money for the rest of your life. I'll press that button.
The only thing that scares me is coming home that night and seeing on the news, a family dies in car crash, being like, okay, was that because of the red button?
That's what I mean.
Or was that because of...
That's what I mean. That happens. Sadly, that happens daily. So you don't really know if that was
Yeah,
you or
so
not.
you'd constantly be questioning it, but I still think that gamble's enough. If it's just... it's horrible because it's showing... I guess it's like a byproduct of the system we live in. We're willing to do some bad shit, like a red button, to get out of this system that humanity have created, but we want out of the fucking system. And there is a level of like, I can only do what's best for me and my family and shit.
Well, that's it. I'm thinking of my family. I'm sure 100 people you will ask will do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
They've got a family. They will do what's best for their family.
But the second you put a face on it, the second you said, "Oh, it's the lovely Stevensons from number 18,
Yeah.
2 boys, 2 girls."
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I'd have to be like, no.
I don't want to know who they are, where they're from, what they do, how old they are. Just
Do you know? And then the same scenario was playing on my head, and I know this one would break Laura's heart so much. If the guy says to me, "Right, you get infinite money, but all you have to do is don't tell your girlfriend. You have to walk up to her and spark her out in one punch." I'm doing it right, but oh my god, the poor girl, because she's so fragile. If I do like nudge her too much, she's like, "Oh, what?" She feels like I've rugby tackled her, because sometimes I can be a bit too rough. She's like, "I'm not one of the lads." I'm like, but I'm taking my bike, turning it around for work, going to her house and going, and I'm waiting for her to walk up and say, "Listen, I'm so sorry I did that. I didn't do it because I'm a domestic abuser. I did it because we are now." And she's like, "I'm sorry." I just would.
so if I did that to the daughter's mother, she'd probably fucking knock me out.
She'd well you in the end. She fucking would you do anything? Let's take it less serious then. Would you do anything extremely embarrassing, like if the guy says, "I want you to run down Botchagate nude," in just sort of like, oh no, because that might affect people. Like, just want you to run down Botchagate in your boxers, pretending to be a chicken, and only speaking to people like a little baby, going, "I'm a little chicken."
As long as I can wear a fucking Spider-Man mask.
No, your face is out there. Yeah, it's you just in your boxers going, "Look at me, I'm a little chicken." Are you doing that? Surely you're doing that. I would probably do that when I've got the money already.
Yeah, not you. I probably would, to be fair.
Yeah.
I probably would.
For Infinite, it's I'm trying to find again. This was my whole background. I was trying to find things to trip me up and all this kind of stuff, like proper weird minging shit.
As long as I know that I'm gonna live comfortable and my lot are fine and happy. Yeah.
Yeah. What if? Okay, so what if, like, same scenario? I give you 100 grand, but every time, so for as long as you want, I can give you 100 grand constantly, 20 times, 50 times forever. But every time I do it, you lose a year of your life. But obviously, you don't know if you're going to live from here 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years. How many times would you do that?
Right, so
You go 100 grand, please, Dan. There you go. That's a year off your
that's
life.
a year off my
So say
life.
you're going to make it to 98.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So now you took 100 grand. You're going to get it to 97.
Right.
Right. Do you want to go again?
I would go until I get to a certain thingy, but obviously I don't know when my clogs are gonna.
That's the tricky part, because in my head I thought, right, I'll just do 10, because in my head I'm making it to 80 or whatever. Everything else dictates, wrong. But in my little head I'm thinking, well, I'm definitely making it to 80 odd. I can handle getting £1 million now, getting to 75 or whatever.
I'd be lucky if I make it to 60.
Yeah, then I had to start thinking, okay, right, maybe I'm not. So then I started going, okay, how about we do 5? We just get 500 grand. Surely that's going to be safe. And then I started to backtrack in, thinking, well, what if I've only got fucking 5 years left?
Yeah, if I knew I was getting 500 grand just to knock 5 years off my life, I would.
Yeah.
That 500 grand can help, again, not just me, but the family. I'm going to get a house, so I've got something for them to purchase when I pop.
Mm-hmm. And they've got something that
Yeah.
they keep. What about, there was another, here's one that tricked me, right? A guy walked up to, this is quite old, I think it's Australian, so he says, how did he word it? He goes, would you right now take $10 million? And he's like, or something like that. He's like, yeah, of course I would. So right now, Chris, would you take $10 million? Just wait, would you, yes or no?
Well, yeah.
Right, but you don't wake up tomorrow.
So, this is the hard one.
Yeah, it's a minging one.
Because why would I want the 10 million now if I'm not going to wake up tomorrow?
You're not going to wake up tomorrow.
But not only that, is if it was you asked me this question just before Christmas, I'd be like, yeah, because I'll just fucking do everything all at once.
You'd go nuts, yeah.
I would. And then I know when I put my clothes, I've got nothing to really.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You just say family, whoever, sisters, whatever, there you go.
Obviously now it's a different situation.
Of course it is. But the question, I think, was just there to pose, look, well, if that's the case, surely life is more than money. And I get that argument.
It is.
But sometimes when I'm biking to work in this fucking heat, I'm like, is it? Because money's such a horrible, addictive thing.
Money's the root of all evils.
It is. But we need to chase that evil.
We do.
To get out of whatever.
Aye.
Because, I mean, and as well, we're too comfortable now. If somebody says, no more cinema, no more football, no more playing on Xbox, just go live in the wild, I would be like, I can't do that. I'm too addicted to going. I can't wait to sit in the cinema. I can't wait to watch football next season. But I could just end everything and just go in the fucking woods and just hide in the cabin. If I studied for a year, learned how to make fires and what food and that I could eat, there's no reason why you can't do it.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't. I'm choosing still to live in this society that we've made that's dependent on money and shit.
If I didn't have to rely on money, then I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like I've said to people, if I won, like, I don't know, 500 grand, $500,000 tomorrow, right? I would buy my house, pay my bills off. I would go back to a normal 9 to 5 or 8 till 4, whatever job.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now.
You won't be going nuts.
Because I know that house is bought, that's mine. That car outside, that's mine. I don't have to rely on bills coming out. So the money...
You've got some breathing space.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just sort of still do your job, relax a little bit, and then to be fair, you could just survive off your wages. And then if you still want to go on a nice little holiday, you'll have a little bit there. If you want that, No, then again, I think that Joe Rogan always said it best about, you don't want to be mega rich, you just want to be comfortable.
That's it.
You don't want to have to walk into a restaurant and go, okay, what can we afford tonight? You just want to be able to say, right, yeah, we've got dinner, come to $200, it's fine, crack on. Which I do kind of get. But I said I always just love the idea of having enough money to say, what do you want to do tomorrow? Whatever the fuck we want. I love that so much. Because again, wrongfully thinking, I admit that. I don't want what you said. I don't want to go worry about a house. I don't care where I wake up. I don't care where I'm currently living. I just want to do fun shit every day.
See, again, going back just before Christmas.
I don't know if that's... Why are you trying to boil the kettle? I thought you were trying to boil the kettle now.
Again, going back just before Christmas, if you ask me that question.
Hurry, you got the shop? Right, hurry and nash them back then, so we're not to knock the door. Carry on.
Going back to if you asked me this question just before Christmas, then it'd be like, yeah, I'm comfortable. I've paid what I need to pay off. I'm happy. I've got a steady income. But money's going up. Good. Now, obviously, again, different story. It's
more complicated.
It is.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that.
Kids are not cheap.
I know. I don't even have one.
I suppose so.
Well, that you come out of tenors, 20s. Can I get 10? Can I get 10? Can I get 20? Can I get the bank? Can I get this? Can I go on that?
Can't tell.
No, can you fuck?
I looked at the dog for you.
Somebody had to buy the Nintendo Switch, though, didn't they? And a Newcastle
Well,
shirt.
next
And,
birthday.
yeah. Well, maybe we'll see.
Because you don't realise how much.
Just mash on.
You don't realise how much money you actually spend on kids.
Well, you've got
I
a birthday
didn't.
coming up as well.
I didn't until fucking recently, and it's like, fucking right.
Yeah, you'll. I couldn't afford a kid right now. Luckily, me and Lauren, like I said.
I don't think a lot of people could. I just don't know how they'd manage it. I really don't. It's like I am quite lucky because I've got a good job-ish.
And you've got a sensible.
Which has
working
a
head.
decent income. But if I was still in the motor trade, it's like, there's no way on God's earth.
I'd be fucked.
I'll be fucked.
But like you said, it's still enough though for you to be noticing it, to be like, shit.
It's definitely noticeable. Like,
Yeah.
my money's not really going up; it's slowly coming down, which is not a good thing. But
But you've got no choice though.
that's what I mean. I can't really say go away.
We'll end it on a fun note. I said, right, I don't want kids. Some little dickhead, she's getting annoyed because they keep referring to her now as the little hobbit that lives down the street, right? Because she is just a little hobbit. In fact, she's going to be buying the Switch game of Tales of the Shire. She's a fucking little hobbit. Even though the cheese she eats, because it's fucking vegan weird cheese or whatever it is, fucking stinks. You ever smelt it?
Yeah.
Is it vegan, lactose free? Whatever it is. And she goes, and every time she has it, I'm like, I know it fucking stinks, but I can't have normal cheese. I'm like, but anyway, she did like an AI generated picture of what our baby would look like, and she showed me it, and I was like, oh, I want that now. And she's like, I know it's kind of made me. I'm thinking, why would you do that? Because I don't care about kids, but now I saw that cute little, because it was cute as fuck. Babies are minging, but because it was like a little me and her, I was
It's when that little cute thing starts talking.
Yeah, that's when you're like,
That's when you.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. It's the worst thing is if I had a kid and they were being a little brat, I'm going outside, I'm setting up a table, I'm Batista bombing, I'm doing all this kind of shit. Well, when Tyler was a little kid and he was being a little cunt, I'm sat there choke slamming him on the bed and that, and fucking AAing him, being like, fuck you. That being so rough, it's like with the dogs. We constantly that's why I made him too rough. He's not vicious, he's just rough. Because I know I love fucking battering the fuck out of them.
Mm.
Like, and I love it when he comes in, he's just looking over me in bed, he's like, oh, chewing on my hand out, like, let's fucking go then. I don't know, it's like an weird animal instinct thing to just like roughhouse and roll around in mud and shit.
So me and Ev started batting each other now when she stops.
It's fun though, isn't it?
No.
Obviously, like I said, you're not full on battering each other.
No, I'm not fucking.
Roughhousing.
Yeah.
It's silly and it's.
She fucking hit me in the nose the other day, fucking out.
Isn't it horrible when you roughhousing with something and you actually get like an actual mate for whatever reason? Me and my pal, Andy, whenever I'd stop at his, the lads we go out at night, we would be getting our shirts off and wrestling. That's all we would do. So we'd move all the chair and whatever, and we'd be wrestling for hours upon hours upon hours. And I tried to spear him once, took his radiator off the wall. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was like a homosexual thing or what. It would be straight in, and by like 3 hours later, we're sat there with a drink. The pizza's just come, sweaty chest, and I go, "Oh, we're gonna get after the thing." And I'd start wrestling again. And like he would constantly, because he was a lot better than me, because he was more agile and shit. Like he'd be moving and I'd get an elbow to the jaw, and like he'd be like, "Oh, fuck me," and he'd be carry on, and you'd try to. It's like when you get hit in roughhousing, it's like, it's like, oh fuck, you feel bad and shit. Oh, it's mental, man.
It is.
But yeah, so anyway, what my point is with money crack, there is very little. I would sell my soul if the devil come up to you right now and said, "Heaven and hell's real."
I'm going to hell regardless. So
but
I'll just sell it.
But no, but hell is actually what you eternity of being tortured.
At least that'd be warm.
Yeah, but like
That's your torture.
well, no, it's hell, isn't it? It's hell. So it would be whatever your worst thing is.
Well, that is true.
So you'd be in a
Hell is your
snowy
worst thing.
mountain, or
I'll be fucking stuck in the Everglades or something.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
just in shorts or
In my
something.
boxes.
Yeah, just constantly forever. Could you handle that?
I don't know. I'll probably get used to it.
Because the idea, I guess, is I can sell my soul to the devil. I've got like 80 years to live. It's fine. That 8 years take forever, but boom, they're gone. The devil's saying, "Come on, then," then you're what? Like I said, like a hell would be. I don't know, attending every Sunderland game, being like, "Oh no, get me out of here." I don't think I could, because I know as well the devil would just be a traditional devil we talk about, not newer ones that you've seen in Lucifer and shit, where they're not as cunty. They would be pricks, and I don't like the idea of. What's that joke? Oh shit, we need to set off. I'm going to end with this joke. It's really quick, I'm sorry. There's a guy who goes to hell and the devil's showing him around and that, and he's going, the guy's like, "Oh, do you like it in hell?" And the guy's like, yeah, it's bang on. And he's like, why have all these people got fancy cars? And Satan's like, "Well, when you come to hell, you get whatever car you want." The guy's like, "That's not that bad." He's walking down, he's like, "Why have all these people got fancy ass houses?" He's like, "Well, when you come to hell, you get whatever house you want." He's like, "Okay, cool. Why are them people, they sit on a lovely little bench doing whatever they want? It's with a very beautiful girl. Well, when you come to hell, you get the ultimate partner you want, wherever you would be." This guy looks over the fence and he's like, "Why are all them people being strung up, set on fire and poked with prods?" And he goes, "Oh, it's the Christians that like it that way." I think that's fucking unreal, because obviously the Christians believe you burn in hell forever. So when they get to hell, Satan's like, "Do you want a fancy car in a house?" Like, no, we were told in the Bible we get poked and prodded and thingy. He's like, "Oh, well, if you want that, you can." "Okay, yeah, we'll have the Bible version." Okay. So everyone else come to hell and they're just like, "Oh, yeah, I have a fancy car and a nice house." I just heard that, I thought it was fucking beautiful. I thought it was so good. Anyway, we will end it there because, like Chris said before, I can sometimes not shut the fuck up. We're going to watch 28 Years Later. Next Sunday, you'll hear all about our thoughts and stuff on that. But anyway, that's from me. Thank you for listening. We'll keep on, keep it on.
And as always, people, we have rambled on about money and family.
That was a fun cry. A good
whatever. But on a serious note, look after your family. Kids are a pain in the ass. Yes. But really, they are our future. In a scary way.
That's not our future.
In a scary way, they are our future. And obviously we want what's best for them.
More Jimmy Saviles. We need more. Bring it back!
Love you, bye.